Theresa May is facing a fresh Brexit challenge following reports that the Irish government wants the Irish Sea to be the county's border with the UK.
Yeah, Ireland's new TSOC is apparently unconvinced by these plans for what was meant to be a high-tech land border between the north and the south, which would allow free movement after Britain leaves the EU. It's a very contentious issue, quite a complicated one. Joining us now is the Daily Mail's Andrew Pierce and former Labour advisor Ayesha Hazarika. Hello, good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Morning. Let's just explain this then. So the idea put forward by Theresa May was that we don't want a physical border between the north and south because, with the history of the Troubles there, you don't want that to happen. We could have surveillance, but actually they're saying no, that the Republic is saying we don't want that either.
Well, look, there's a huge, as you say, the historical implications of a hard border cannot be, underestimated. It's a great symbol of all the struggles that have gone on before. But this idea to make essentially the entire sort of coastline area in the sea is very... I understand it politically, but on a practical level, it is going to be very, very difficult to do. If you're going to try and sort of police that entire border, you're going to need a lot of staff, you're going to need a lot of border staff. The government has been successively cutting the number of kind of border and customs officers. So it's a good idea in theory, but again, the devil will be in the detail of the practicality.
You just need a little fishing boat to sail in at one part of the border, which isn't covered.
And or indeed the borders of mainland Britain.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
Yeah, which has always been the problem. And, of course, Northern Ireland, being part of the United Kingdom, don't think the border should be on in the south because of historic reasons. They say it should be between north and south. So it's another thorny issue to resolve.
And those people that don't want that border between north and south are very important to Theresa May at the moment,
They're
aren't
called
they?
the DUP, and they've been bribed with £1 billion. They're 10 DUP MPs, and they will support the Tories going through the division lobbies in the Commons to prevent Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party ever becoming the Prime
Just
Minister.
actually, this was the £1 billion that was found when it was said that there wasn't enough money to pay nurses.
They might need that £1 billion to pay for all the customs and all.
Yeah,
the entire border, the northwest of England essentially would have to be covered at every point, wouldn't it? There's a difference between what happens with Calais and Dover, isn't it? In a sense, is that where does that border happen then? Would it happen on the Northern Ireland side? Would it happen on the
exactly
mainland
or
British
both.
side, or both?
Yeah. These are all the really big practical issues that are going to have to be thrashed out on this Brexit stuff. And also, all of this will cost. Because if you are going to police these borders in a physical way, that requires human beings.
But, I don't worry about this at all, because when you consider, and I give credit to the Blair government, they resolved the long, huge problem about the IRA and the Ulsterman, and peace has been brought to Northern Ireland relatively. So if they can do that, and that was hundreds of years of antagonism, they can sort out a little border dispute, frankly.